The following is the Jesuit extreme oath of induction given to high-ranking Jesuits only. This oath is taken from the book of Subterranean Rome by Carlos Didier, translated from the French and published in New York in 1843. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. When a Jesuit of the minor rank is to be elevated to command, he is conducted into the chapel of the Convent of the Order, where there are only three others present: the principal or superior, standing in front of the altar. On either side stands a monk, one of whom holds a banner of yellow and white, which are their papal colors, and the other a black banner with a dagger and a red cross above a skull and crossbones, with the word Indri, and below them the words Justum necar regis impius, the meaning of which is, it is just to exterminate or annihilate impious or heretical kings, governments, or rulers. Upon the floor is a red cross at which the postulant or candidate kneels. The superior hands him a small black crucifix, which he takes in his left hand and presses to his heart, and the superior at the same time presents to him a dagger, which he grasps by the blade and holds the point against his heart, the superior still holding it by the hilt, and thus addresses the postulant. The superior: my son, heretofore you have been taught to act the dissembler among Roman Catholics, to be the Roman Catholic, and to be a spy even among your own brethren, to believe no man, to trust no man. Among the reformers, to be a reformer. Among the Huguenots, to be a Huguenot. Among the Calvinists, to be a Calvinist. Among other Protestants, generally to be a Protestant. And obtaining their confidence, to seek even to preach from their pulpits, and to denounce with all the vehemence in your nature our holy religion and the Pope, and even to descend so low as to become a Jew among Jews, that you might be enabled to gather together all information for the benefit of your order as a faithful soldier of the Pope. You have been taught to insidiously plant the seeds of jealousy and hatred between communities, provinces, states that were at peace, and incite them to deeds of blood, involving them in war with each other, and to create revolutions and civil wars in countries that were independent and prosperous, cultivating the arts and the sciences and enjoying the blessings of peace, to take sides with the combatants, and to act secretly with your brother Jesuit, who might be engaged in other side, but openly opposed to that which you might be connected, only that the church might be gained in the end, in the conditions fixed in the treaties for peace, and that the end justifies the means. You have been taught your duty as a spy to gather all statistics, facts, and information in your power from every source, to ingratiate yourself into the confidence of the family circle of Protestants and heretics of every class and character, as well as that of the merchant, the banker, the lawyer, among the schools and universities, in parliaments and legislatures, and the judiciaries and councils of states, and to be all things to all men, for the Pope's sake, whose servant we are unto death. You have received all your instructions heretofore as a novice, a neophyte, and have served as coadjutor, confessor, and priest, but you have not yet been invested with all that is necessary to command in the army of the Yoloya, in the service of the Pope. You must serve the proper time as the instrument and executioner as directed by your superiors. For none can command here who have not consecrated his labors with the blood of the heretic. For without the shedding of blood no man can be saved. Therefore, to fit yourself for your work and make your own salvation sure, you will, in addition to your former oath of obedience to your order and allegiance to the Pope, repeat after me. In the next video, I will give you the entire extreme oath of the Jesuits. This is simply the preamble. I would, if I were you, review this video to understand what is truly going on. This is not a conspiracy. This is completely printed. I have given you the title of the book. You can go look in the book yourself. As I venture into the future with my channel, I would ask that you all please support me directly. YouTube is now cracking down on what they feel they do not want. They do not want any topics that are controversial. They want all videos to be about sunshine, daffodils, unicorn, and gay people. I'm not joking. I'm not even trying to joke around. That means that they will demonetize any video that they deem improper. That is up to their standard. I don't know if you're aware of this, but that standard has already targeted people and demonetized 90% of videos on their channels. 90%. Because I speak English eloquently, even when I'm talking about very touchy subjects, I have been spared for the most part. I occasionally get an email saying that this or that video is flagged by the computer, and I simply have somebody review it, and they review it and they restore it. But going forward, I want to go into more depth, more documentaries, more analysis. Going forward, YouTube does not want this. They are not censoring, but they are demonetizing, which means people who do this for a living cannot make a living at it. People who do this for a living and actually deliver real content and not just joke around. And in fact, you can't even make fun of people anymore. So let's say that through comedy, you're trying to target somebody to tell them to stop doing something. You can no longer do that. You know, that is one of the things that comedy actually does, is to point out faults of people to get them to stop doing something, usually in song or in comedy. We had an entire anti-war artistic revolution in the 60s. I'm sure you've heard all the songs from the 60s. War, good God, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. This is not something that YouTube wants on its website. I would ask that you would donate to me directly through Patreon and support my channel. The Patreon link is in the information box below. I failed to mention this in my Mother Teresa video, but going forward I want to do more documentaries and be a little bit more serious. It's far more lucrative to do that, and companies respect good information and good content because it attracts the older crowd who have money, right? So I would ask that you support me directly, even if it's just $1 a month. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.